up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Set, go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
You talk about this Washington defense.
And they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try to run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
2nd and 6. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield, because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space, as they did right there.
Ready, set. Here we go, set.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Now a quick throw to the hands of Jefferson. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Caleb Chesa, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Yellow, 22. Light blue, trail green. Blue striker. Set.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
79 Broncos. Stephanie. Cougar 19.
To throw is Daniels. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go! 19, Tiger, 19.
first carry for Rashad White. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Throwing now is Daniels.
Going for a right side here, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
19, here we go, set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Now Daniels. We'll get that out to the flat to White.
That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
They run straight ahead here with White.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at second and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10.
7 Pirates. You're not. Hop 70. Hop trap 50. Trap 60. Pioneer. Ready.
To the air goes Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Ready. Break.
Second and 10.
60 Bobcat. 60. Ready. Buffalo 8 Warriors 70. Panther 11. Panther 11. 79 Broncos.
Here's Daniels. That'll be complete to Okonkwo.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's third and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Your body is acting up. Your mind is out of bounds. It's telling you acting up. You check about thoughts and memories that's adding up. Like overseas, you feel alive like you can't have enough. You probably feel paralyzed if you can't have enough. You still feel paralyzed.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Go.
Daniels looking to throw. Setting up the screen. Krosky Merritt.
Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
You know, in boxing, they throw in the towel. In this case, you just kind of wave the white flag, and you think to yourself, if he could just get past that initial wave, he's got a chance to get free. But that screen, it was going nowhere from the start. It forces a fourth down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a fourth down coming up.
Ahmed on for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Strike, black, ultra. Steal, black.
Here's 2nd and 8. That is incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that.
It seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in there.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll swing this out to Krosky Merritt. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now Daniels going to keep it. That's caught. Krosky Merritt with it. That is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, 31 yards. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with a slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Ball red. Green, set. Yellow. Drill, green. Ready?
Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Let's go.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They'll set up a throw. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're starting to put some space here. You know, the first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they looked really good.
They jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. 2nd and 9 now. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
Commanders first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, are microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Here we go. Here we go.
This pass to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's going to have the Commanders first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. They'll look to throw now on first down. Now Daniel's going to keep it. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
On the jump. 79
35-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
To kick off for the Commanders.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
19 Tiger.
Play action, now it's Daniels. And this is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Daniels. That is caught. He's got the first down and more. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. 46 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
On first down, it's Krosky-Merritt. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
The Commanders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
It's complete. So I'm going to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what
changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small magical spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Here we go. Red 38, green jack, Will green. Blue 6, Mega. Ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 22 now, here's second down and 8.
Wait.
On play action, they'll throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Come on, set.
Open man, that's Felton. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 8-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Ready, red, blue, yellow, red, yellow, black ultra, black shot, light blue.
He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. Back to throw again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Partners, a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Real quick, whole squad on that rim. 0-200, real quick. 0-200.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready, Warriors 70, Panther 60.
Off the play fake, Daniels. That is into the hands of Krosky-Merritt. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
Come on, 60, Buffalo, Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
To the air goes Daniels. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
77, Dragon, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Throwing now is Daniels. Over the middle, complete. It's Lane. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Let's go. Ready.
Daniels with a give to Krosky-Merritt. Looking for a seam, but finding none. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
Ready.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Go. Cowboy 80. Ready.
Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Ready.
To the outside, that's complete to Williams. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Rashad White with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game.
To kick off for the Commanders.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Got it? Red, cycle, 6, mega, come on, set.
They'll drop the throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Let's go. Blue, green jack, black ultimate. Red, race.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Got a man and he hits him in stride. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
At the 18-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. There'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 17-yard line.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Now receiver in motion left. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an outside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They get 17 there. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now, backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake in the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
2 minutes left to play in this football game.